Reese, thanks so much for taking the time to be here. You're someone who I genuinely look up to for personal finance. I watch your stories. I love that you're doing the spreadsheets for people and teaching them. This is so personal to you, this advocacy. Why is it so important for you to create a budget?
Um, Thanks for having me, Siege, in your podcast. I've been a fan of yours personally and of your podcast. So I'm very happy to be here. So budgeting for me is very personal because there was a point in my life back when I was still in college where I racked up like a huge credit card bill. Yun yung time na um, parang feeling ko a credit card is my money already. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I just got a credit card. I used it. Actually, hindi pala college, mga freshly graduated from college. So I thought, oh, wala pa ako masyadong sweldo, but I have this credit card, so I actually have a lot of money. And then I decided, uy, okay to I could just pay minimum every month. Big mistake talaga, lahat yon. So, and then the credit card bill grew bigger and bigger. Of course, now in retrospect, it wasn't that big. But because I was fresh, a fresh graduate, I felt that it was nakaka-poor. As in, parang kumbaga, um, if I need to pay it right away, wala. Mauubos talaga ako. Or I need to borrow money from other people. So, that was a really big mistake and big lesson for me. And I started really looking into the fine print, um, doing all of the computations. So I personally, that's why budgeting is very important for me. But now that was like a decade, more than a decade ago since that happened. I've learned a lot, and budgeting also kind of evolved for me. So when when you hear a lot of people when a lot of people hear the word budget, for example, they immediately think of constraints, 'di ba? Parang, oh, kailangan kong magtipid, bawal ko to gastusin. So budget, sometimes it gets a bad rap for being a buzzkill sometimes. But I would challenge all of us to think of budget as a roadmap instead. So isipin mo yung dreams mo for the future. What is the kind of life you want to live, and be very specific. Do you want to like backpack around Asia? Do you want to spend more time with your family? So visualize where you want to go. So when you create your plan to get there, hindi lang yan manifesting tapos ka na. Because when you create your plan to get there, you should quantify your dreams. Lagyan mo ng numbers. Kasi yun naman ang katotohanan, may numbers naman talaga lahat. A budget helps you create a snapshot of where you are right now in terms of your finances, but it is also a good way for you to map out where you want to go and how to get there.
And to your point earlier, no, of saying that budget shouldn't be seen as a constraint or a limitation, the game changing underlining idea there is also by thinking of budget not as a constraint. It tells you also that budgets are applicable no matter what stage of life you're in. Because if we think of budgets as constraints, di madaling isipin na, oh, nakakaluwag-luwag naman ako ngayon kumpara sa dati, hindi ko na
Yes.
kailangan mag-budget. When actually, kahit lumuwag ka man, kailangan mo
Yeah,
pa rin mag-budget.
exactly.
Oo, and right now, where you are in your life, you now have a family, di ba? What does your budgeting process look like? Do you do it at the start of the month? Is this, or are you a weekly person? What's your process, Reese?
So I think this is applicable to everyone, not just to moms. Although moms tend to do this because of necessity. Kailangan talaga mag-budget for more people. What I do is, first I do a yearly planning, but the yearly planning should have a longer term horizon. Like meron kang yearly na parang, okay, ito yung possible na kitain ko this year. Ito yung mga gastusin ko this year. Pero kailangan mo din to take a few steps down the line. Like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because you also have a family to take care of. Or even if you don't, you have yourself to take care of. Na sana naman meron ka pang more than 5 years, 'di ba? So, iisipin mo din yung times na yon. So, I do a yearly planning and I make it very actionable and very specific. So, for example, in income, meron yung mga buckets. Like, ito galing dito, ito galing dyan. So, may specific numbers ka. And then you have your expenses. And magpakatotoo tayo sa expenses, ha? But we also have to categorize the expenses separately. I like categorizing my expenses sa essentials and extras. I guess for other people, they could say these are needs and wants. Ganun siya. So the essentials would be your needs and the extras would be your wants. For me, how I categorize it is the essentials are the expenses that you really cannot live without. So like rent, for example, if you're renting, food, groceries, medicine. I also put their health insurance, medicine, toiletries. Kasi hindi naman wants ang health insurance eh. You also really need to think about it. Like if you're a freelancer or you're a business owner, tapos hindi naman big corporation yung pinagtatrabahuhan mo, you also have to think of that for yourself. So that's the those are the expenses that are absolutely essential. As in you cannot live without. So importante na honest ka sa sarili mo kung ano yung cannot live without mo. So kung sabihin mo diyan frappuccino every day, totoo bang you can't live without it? So, kailangan mo maging honest. Kasi doon, pwede mo na siya ilagay sa extras. The extras also get a bad reputation. But I think, ano siya, ano ba yung extra? So, for me, ito yung fun money. So, you could use this for fun things that make you happy. Pwedeng dito yung Netflix subscription mo, pwedeng yung Spotify subscription mo, yung iced coffee mo paminsan-minsan, na hindi naman necessarily essentials, but they are little joys that you look forward to. So, ano yung math dito? So, income minus essential expenses muna. Kasi ganun talaga. And then I would say minus savings muna, and then is equal to extras. So as you grow your income, you'll have more to save and more for extras. So iba-iba naman tayo ng sitwasyon and starting points, right? And some budgets are a bit more complex than others, lalo na kapag may mga considerations ka pa like loan payments or support for family. So iba yon. But no matter what the situation, importante pa rin to keep a record of everything. So for me, the formula is simple, but then you can drill it down and make it a bit more detailed, depende sa buhay mo. So, income minus essential expenses minus savings is equal to extras. So, I want to also emphasize the savings part because this does not have to be big. So, some people sabihin nila, ay wala na ako masasave kasi ang iniisip nilang savings masyadong malaki na parang kailangan sobrang laki. But puwedeng to start small. Kung kaya lang ng 50 pesos a month, sige. That's better than nothing. And honestly, ang pinakamahalaga diyan is the discipline of setting that aside. Kasi disiplina 'yon na mahalaga. And itong savings, ito yung ambag mo to your future self. And this will go into your long-term goals.
It's the consistency, no, more than the intensity. That's something they say in workouts, diba? It's not the intensity, it's the consistency. And medyo ganun din sa savings, diba? Kesa, maglalagay ako ng 40,000 pesos sa savings. Tapos di mo na ulitin. Kesa buwan-buwan ka maglagay ng 1K, diba? When you talk about tracking and having visibility, which is so empowering, right? Seeing how everything breaks down and seeing ano yung amount sa pinaglalaroan mo at paano mo sila pwedeng paggalawin at i-adjust based on your needs. Ano yung favorite tool mong gamitin? Are you an Excel person or is there another program that you like to use?
So, Siege, I have tried almost all the tools available. Halos lahat. But the one that still works for me is the Google Sheet file that I designed for myself. So, mga 10 years ko na rin ata gamit to. I have migrated it from Excel to Google Sheets a long time ago as well. I designed my own tool because it works for me. But something else might work for you. So, whatever tool you choose, make sure lang to never ignore it. Kamustahin mo at least mga, let's say, 10 minutes per day. So you can record everything. Kasi once you stop the habit of recording, kahit ano pang tool na gamit mo, wala siyang point. So, use the tool that works for you the most, but important that you can consolidate it and create data for yourself. So for me, Google Sheets yon. And I actually share that for free to anyone. Parang, oh, go, kunin nyo, and then i-copy nyo na lang. Kasi I really think that's such a valuable life skill. Um, to be able to put everything together in one place and understand your own personal data. Parang ano ba talagang importante sa buhay ko? Oh, apparently milk tea, 60%. So, pwede mo makita and then you can, fix your lifestyle according to your long-term dreams.
Yeah, I love it. And then for people who, want to get this spreadsheet, now they can go to your Instagram and then it's linked there, Devaries.
Yes, I placed a link in my Instagram that goes to a personal website and then you could just download it from there.
Awesome. So, Reese, you mentioned earlier na kahit ikaw, di ba, when you were younger, you had to learn the hard way how to control with spending. I think impulsive spending is something that everybody struggles with kasi lahat tayo may kiliti. At pag nakita natin yon, for some people, it's food. Ay, wow, gusto ko niya. For some people, it's clothes, di ba? What advice would you give to someone who struggles with that impulsive spending?
So I think I have like three things, no. First is so important to set your budget. Kasi with a proper budget, you can have an allocation for your extras or your fun money. This is usually where your overspending happens, if we're very honest about it. Hindi ka naman mag-overspend sa um, I don't know, sa medicine hopefully, 'di ba? Or mag-overspend sa rent. Sana wag mo namang i-advance bayad masyado yung ano mo, landowner. Um, when you indulge once in a while, okay lang. And when you enjoy small but satisfying things that make you happy, okay lang yun. Because you won't feel as deprived. So, if you don't feel deprived, iwas revenge spending ka. Kasi kapag sobra mong tinitipid yung sarili mo, it could also be counterproductive na biglang sobrang hirap na hirap ka, you feel so sad kasi you can't naman enjoy the money that you're earning. Ang tendency, pag may nakita ka, you're like, oh my God, deserve ko to. 'Di ba? Pero hindi mo talaga pa deserve kasi hindi naman siya gano'n kaimportante for your long-term um, well-being. So that's first. Give yourself a budget and be okay with some extras para you don't feel so deprived. Um, Second, you can give yourself a criteria for buying or shopping. So if you know your weakness when it comes to shopping, it will be hard to fight it when you're already there in the store. Or pag nasa online shopping ka na-add to cart mo na. Hindi yun yung time para disiplinahin ang sarili mo. The time is okay. So, hindi gano'n yung time kasi, weak person ka na during that time, eh. But that weak person is not always you. May mga panahon na hindi ka marupok, 'di ba? And during those times, dun ka magke-create ng criteria so that your marupok self in the future would adhere to that criteria. So, kahit three-question rule lang that you can give yourself so that you can pause, that would give you the pause you need when the temptation is right in front of you. So, pag for example, sapatos, pwede kang may three-step criteria. You could say, okay, bagay ba to sa at least 80% of my outfit in my closet? Dapat meron kang ganun. Pangalawa, below X pesos ba to? Third, gaano ko to kadalas magagamit? In a week ha? So, pwede mo i-quantify yun. Sabi mo, magagamit ko ba to at least 50% ng week na to? So, sa criteria mo, hindi lang siya parang, gusto ko ba? Does it spark joy? Huwag ganun. Kasi it will always be, it will spark joy, ganyan. But make your criteria serious, 'di ba? Put some numbers in it para your um, marupok self will not be able to argue so much with your rational self. Kasi lahat tayo may ganun, may rational and marupok self, di ba? So that's the second one. And third, remember your big picture and remember your why. It is important to set a goal for yourself early on as you make your budgets. So, ang suggestion ko, i-print mo, ipaskill sa harap ng bed, gawing wallpaper, yung goals mo. Because when your bigger goal is always in front of you, spending on things that can delay it may not be as attractive anymore.
I love that. And what about in case of may delays na hindi mo naman inaasahan, 'di ba? Kuwari unexpected emergencies, 'di ba? May nangyari sa pamilya and they need your help, or biglang biglang may pandemya, gano'n.
Yeah.
Uh, what are you supposed to do about your budget?
So, when you have the components kasi to your budget, you will know the buckets and you know the relationship of each other. Like, alam mo na income minus essential expenses minus savings is equal to extras. So, dun ka pwede maglaro. Those are the levers. So, for example, pandemic, and bigla kang nawala ng income stream. And then you see that your expenses hindi mako-cover ng income stream mo. So, you could either try to bring down the expenses or make it mas naka-installment plan or something, or find ways to increase your income. But by having that budget, you will know exactly by how much. Parang, ang hirap kasi na, kailangan ko na increase yung income ko. Tapos pag tinanong ka, by how much? Basta kailangan ma-increase. Parang, that's hard kasi you wouldn't know what to do. But if you know that you need, let's say, an extra 5,000 a month, mas madali siyang hanapan ng paraan. Parang you could say, okay, so kailangan ko ng one more client for a social media content, 'di ba? So meron siyang numbers and meron kang goal. That's why it's important to know the buckets so that you know also when unforeseen circumstances happen, you can also know ano yung pwede mong i-adjust. And syempre, yung mga extras, magsasacrifice ka talaga. So sa buhay naman, talagang there will be times when you'd have to sacrifice some things. Basta as long as you know what you are working for and you know your current situation. Para sa akin lang kasi, I think sometimes when the going gets tough or hard things happen, people don't look at reality anymore because it scares them. Parang ayoko na lang tingnan. It will figure itself out. But it never figures itself out. Kasi it needs you to figure it out. Kailangan ka doon. um, I mean, if you're a listener and you believe in um, God will provide or bahala na si Batman or ganon, okay lang yun. But it doesn't take away the responsibility from you to take a look at it. Kasi kailangan nandun ka rin so that you can help yourself. Because, yun nga, uh, kung hindi mo haharapin yung reality mo, hindi mo magagawa ng solusyon yung future mo.
At the end of the day, buhay mo yan. Ikaw ang may why na dapat alam mo. At with the right tools, ikaw din ang may how. So,
Yes.
thank you so much, Reese. I think that's a perfect note to end our this really helpful and insightful discussion on. Thank you for taking the time, and I'm gonna keep those tips in mind for my marupok self na iisip ko yung mga inad to cart ko.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Siege.
Reese.
Thank you.